Oh shit. Yeah, new Dickie. Am I the asshole for being too hard on my dad by saying he let me down when he chose being married over what was best for me? My dad and I, 17F, started therapy 3 weeks ago, and last week during our third session, I opened up bluntly about how I feel like my dad let me down and failed me by prioritizing being married and his own happiness. This was not the first time I tried speaking openly to my dad, but this is the first time he said he appeared willing to listen, and first time he took the harm it was doing to our relationship seriously. Let me explain. My mom died when I was just a baby, and my dad was single until I was 4. It was then he met my stepmom / his wife, Sharon. Sharon was a divorced mom with a 9-year-old son and an 8-year-old daughter. They got married when I was 5. Sharon's kids / my step siblings never liked me. They always hated me. When my dad and Sharon first got married, I thought of them as my siblings and loved them totally. But they were really mean to me. They'd say they hated me, that everyone hated me, that I should leave. They encouraged me to run away because nobody would miss me. They said I would never be their sister or their family, and I was a weirdo for calling them my siblings. Sharon noticed more than my dad, but I used to tell my dad, and when things got bad, I asked if we could leave. But he'd try and reassure me, but was very dismissive of how much it was hurting me. He told me we couldn't leave because Sharon was his wife and we were all a family now, and you can't leave a family. Sharon only ever said anything when her kids made me cry. I have 2 half-siblings from my dad and Sharon. I was so excited when they were born and I bonded with them and loved helping them and playing with them. But then my step-siblings decided to use them against me, and they were older, and Sharon would let them do more, and eventually they told our half-siblings that if they wanted to do cool stuff with them, they had to say no to playing with me, and rejecting me became the normal thing. My younger siblings would repeat a lot of what my step-siblings would say to me. This continued even after my step-siblings moved out because they would take our younger siblings out or they would visit them and bring gifts. For the year to year, I have been withdrawn and stopped trying. I don't try to do anything with my younger siblings. I don't hang out with dad like I used to, and my focus is on moving out. My dad started to notice late last year and he sent me to a therapist and then decided family therapy was needed for the 2 of us. This is when last week happened. My dad looked really shocked at first and he was apologetic. After we got home, Sharon asked me why I had been so hard on my dad. Bitch, you know why. You know why. My dad and Sharon argued about it. I spent the rest of last week trying to be alone with my thoughts. Our next session is tomorrow. Sharon apologized for saying what she did, but reiterated that she feels like I handled it badly. Sharon is trying to twist OP's therapy against her. Literally opened up in therapy, and Sharon's like, no, you're bad and wrong, actually. Your feelings aren't valid. Fuck you. I can't do anything wrong. My dad tried to talk to me since the appointment, but I don't know how to talk to him anymore without our therapist. Am I the asshole? The top comment here. It's bad enough that your dad and Sharon knew about your step-siblings bullying you, but the fact that they didn't shut your step-siblings down when they played childish games with your half-siblings and manipulated them to be nasty to you as well tells me that they are bad parents. You have a right to be angry. Your dad is supposed to be your advocate, and he failed you. You can't tell me Sharon didn't have something to do with her kids' actions. Right. It really feels that way, doesn't it? Especially after learning how she opened up and Sharon was like, you were too harsh. No, shit needed to be fucking said. Because I've been bullied in my own house my entire life. In his eyes, OP failed to mesh with the family, not the family succeeded in pushing her out. Right. They were just trying to push her out. And obviously they did succeed. We're gonna do this one. Yeah. We're gonna do this one because the first sentence is like, what? Am I the asshole for taking my grandchildren to Disney for the first time without their mother and refusing to apologize when confronted? My son made this account and asked me to post this story because he claims my normal meter is skewed and the internet is going to tell me I am an asshole. I recently babysat my grandchildren, 5 and 4, for a period of 4 nights and 5 days so my son and his wife could attend a wedding in Mexico and spend a few days on vacation. If you're gonna fucking tell me right now that you're pissed that your fucking mom, dad, whatever, took your kids to fucking Disney while you were on vacation in Mexico, I'm going to personally drive an 18-wheeler into your house. They approached me since her mother would not be available, and I initially said I wasn't comfortable with that. She has point blank told me that the woman's family is more important than the man's. I will admit that I did give in when my son became very emotional, but I feel like they were being manipulative. Probably. While I had the kids, I was invited to a birthday at Epcot and wanted to go. It didn't even occur to me to run it by my son or daughter-in-law, as I had the kids for an extended period of time, and obviously they knew they would be going where I went. My daughter-in-law had previously mentioned wanting to save up for Disney, but she said that about a lot of things and never made me aware it was something super special to her. Also, it was Epcot. It's not like I took them to the Magic Kingdom and they had some magical moment of seeing their favorite character. When they returned and found out, my daughter-in-law was furious and burst into tears. She said I stole one of her kids first and called me entitled. To be honest, I didn't react well to being called entitled when she was the one who had previously demanded babysitting. My son asked me to apologize as she was distraught over missing their first Disney trip, but I declined and asked them to leave. My son reached out again and said I should have asked for something that big, and his wife feels robbed. I know she is a huge Disney person, but it was Epcot, not quintessential Disney, and I don't feel I should have had to miss out on a birthday party I wanted to attend. I told my son I'm not apologizing for anything, and maybe they should think about how they made me feel when they didn't respect my initial no. My son feels like Reddit is going to show me the error of my ways. Top comment here. So first of all, Reddit said not the asshole with 10.5K upvotes. Top comment, I hope your son feels humbled here today, not the asshole. They imposed on you to watch their children. You did exactly as they requested. You've done nothing wrong. You are not responsible for your rude daughter-in-law crying. Tears don't make a person right. The only entitled behavior is your son and daughter-in-law. They guilted you into accepting something that you expressed you were not comfortable with, and then got upset in how you took care of their children for them. You shouldn't have to forego your plans because they did not secure childcare before going on vacation. Again, you've done nothing wrong. She deserves no apology. She can pout and whine all she wants. She was the one who put you into an uncomfortable situation. She never said not go there, and you're not a fucking mind reader. Next time they ask something like this, tell them that you can't deal with the negative reaction of daughter-in-law and aren't willing to subject yourself to her behavior. Yeah, childcare for free. Every fucking time. Every time. Am I the asshole for not allowing my daughter to significantly alter my wedding dress? My 44F daughter, 25F, is getting married later this year to her girlfriend, 27F. Let's go, gay wedding. Let's go, gay wedding. Let's go, lesbians. Let's go, lesbians. Let's go, lesbians. I've always dreamed of walking her down the aisle. My husband passed when she was a child, and she enjoyed talking about a future wedding and playing bride when she was a child, picking flowers and colors and venues. She loved watching the videos of my wedding and seeing me and her father get married, and it was important to our bonding. When she was 13, I promised her my wedding dress. However, her clothing style is more manly. She began refusing to wear dresses or skirts when she was in her late teens, even trying to demand her school to allow her to wear trousers, and it was difficult convincing her to wear dresses to formal events. She has gone through phases of wanting short hair, wanting to be a boy, and getting tattoos. I have always been supportive of all of this, even when she met her girlfriend and proposed to her. I've encouraged her as much as I can. I'm contributing significantly to the wedding. I recently called and asked her when she wanted me to bring over the dress, as it would likely need slight alterations, and she dropped the bombshell on me that she wanted to wear a suit and have my wedding dress altered to remove the skirt portion so the bodice could be worn with trousers. That's fucking sick. All right. At first I agreed, but dragged my feet bringing the dress over. After a few weeks, I changed my mind and told her the dress was important to me and I didn't want her to ruin it. When I promised her the dress, it was because I thought she would wear it as a dress, and she will only get to wear it if it is a dress. I offered that her girlfriend could wear it as a dress instead, but my daughter said that would still be ruining it. Her girlfriend is a much larger woman than me, so it would need more altering, and has since not been answering my messages except with saying the dress would be a connection to her dad, so she is disappointed to not have it. I offered to go dress shopping with her for a replacement, but apparently some of our family think that I am stopping her from having the dress because I disagree with her being masculine. Am I the asshole for telling her she can have it as a dress or not have it at all? I may be the asshole because I promised it to her, but that was when she was young and before I knew she wanted to change it. We got to this post through the update, so I'll go ahead and read the update also, but as far as Reddit is concerned, on this post that is locked and no longer available, Reddit said not the asshole on this post. Before we move on to the update, I completely understand both sides. Like, absolutely. Yeah, I get the sentimentality of the dress, right? Because while yes, the daughter wants it as a sort of connection to her dad, it's also a connection to OP's husband, you know? And I understand wanting to keep something that's sentimental to you. On the other hand, we're gay as fuck here. This community is very queer. And I completely understand wanting to alter a dress that has a large emotional connection to you, your mom, your family, and your dad, to better fit your presentation, to better fit what makes you comfortable while still incorporating it. And I think that that is a good, like, compromise, is getting it altered in that way. And the way she phrased it wasn't super tactful, but I think they just need to talk stuff out, which leads us to our update post, which is what we're actually going to base our judgment on. I posted recently about my daughter surprising me by wanting to turn my wedding dress into a suit, which I refused despite having promised her because the reality hurt me. I was upset and it made me feel better to see people agree with me. But the comments that made me upset made me think the most about the future and helped me empathize with my daughter. My daughter came over tonight and apologized for ignoring me and explained that she had always thought she had been promised she could have the dress to own rather than borrow, so she was sad to have lost that dream. I apologized for her if it ever come off as not supportive of her, as many comments said I sounded homophobic, and I want to be clear that I am not. I respect and love my daughter. We talked about many things, especially about my husband, how his presence could still be felt on that day, how my daughter felt jealous that her fiance would get to share the day with both of her parents while she only has a memory. She watched the wedding video again, it's been a few years, and cried a bit. We also had some wine, so I apologize if this is not completely clear. Oh, let's go wine drunk update. Let's go wine drunk update. Let's go, yes. I told her that I hadn't realized how much giving up the dress would hurt and that I didn't think I could completely sacrifice it. I would talk to a tailor about if the dress could be separated and be put back together and returned to me. But if not, I would help her find a suit as an alternative and give her some of the dress's lining to use in it. I also surprised her with her father's wedding cufflinks to wear, as suggested by many commenters, and my veil in case her fiance wanted to wear it, and she was extremely happy with this as a compromise. She asked if she could try the dress on just to see what it would be like. I will admit I was hoping she would change her mind once she had it on. She let me do her hair and makeup however I felt like. She was laughing so hard because it reminded her of when I did her braids for school. She picked out things for me to wear too in her style too, just to see how I would look, and we took pictures together and danced. She looked beautiful in the dress. It was like I had always dreamed when she was my little girl. but she didn't look like herself. Suddenly, I knew a lot of you had been right. I hugged her and apologized and told her to take it and do whatever she wants. She's gone home now, and some parts of me regret giving it to her. I've been teary putting away the photos. But more than that, I am thankful that I got to see what I thought would happen and realize it wasn't right, and that I can say goodbye to the expectations I had for so long. My daughter is happy as herself, and it is an honor that she wants to share that with me. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, this hole was so wholesome. Oh no. The healthy resolution on Reddit? I know, Bex. I know. That one got me emotional. Fuck me. Oh. It's fine. We're fine. I've lost all control. Oh. Did she just grow my crops?